Okay, welcome everyone. I want to welcome all of you to our meeting this evening. And we'll call our meeting to order by our city clerk. Our assistant city clerk, Claire Lopez, is going to do that tonight.
Let the record reflect all members are present.
In accordance with the Brown Act, I'd like to announce that as a result of convening simultaneous meetings, the members of the Boyne Sanitation District will receive compensation of $147.75 for the district meeting pursuant to Boyne Sanitation District Ordinance 2006-1. So with the decorum here, I want to remind everybody that the Vista Municipal Code requires members of the public to observe order and decorum at the meeting and to conduct themselves in a courteous manner. The ordinance was adopted to allow for public input and to facilitate city business without disruption of the meeting. So applause is appropriate for items listed under the presentation portion of the agenda only. Attendees should remain seated during the meeting, and persons needing to stand are requested to step outside the city council chambers where video and audio of the meeting are playing. And so this is also listed on your agenda cover sheet. So the next thing is our approval of our agenda. I forgot the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, so if everybody will rise, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll be led by Deputy Mayor Aguilera.
Please join me in honoring our nation's flag. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry, I must have skipped right over that. Okay, so now the approval of the agenda by our city manager, Patrick Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. There is one item that is being removed from tonight's agenda. It is item number C11, entitled Homeless Emergency Aid Program Declaration of Shelter Crisis. So C11 will not be on the agenda this evening.
Okay, and this evening we have two presentations. Our first presentation is a proclamation declaring October 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2018 to be Knights of Columbus Tootsie Roll Drive Days in Vista. And so the following people will join me down here at the podium. And from the Knights of Columbus, Roger Rowe and Bo DiMaggio, and from the Downstown, Allison Hobb, Andrew Norris, Larry Pollard, Brendan Ford, and Lindsay Smith, manager. So do you all want to join me down there today? Sit down there. Huh? And we're going to excuse Councilwoman Rigby up there because she has on crutches, and so it's a little hard for her to get down here. So we will excuse her up there. So the first proclamation, the Knights of Columbus will hold their, it's whereas the Knights of Columbus will hold their 31st annual Tootsie Roll Drive on October 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2018. And over 600 councils of the Knights of Columbus in California will conduct their annual candy drive in communities across the state to raise funds for intellectually disabled children and adults in California. Whereas all the money collected locally will be donated to Downstown, a nonprofit organization with residential homes in North County for adults with developmental disabilities such as Down syndrome. Whereas intellectually disabled citizens are productive, contributing members of society, and funds raised through this candy drive will assist Downstown in supporting the continued independence of these citizens. Whereas the Vista City Council offers its sincere appreciation and support of all involved with this candy drive and commend them for their efforts to help others. Now, therefore, the mayor and members of the Vista City Council do hereby proclaim October 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2018 as Knights of Columbus Tootsie Roll Drive Days in Vista and urge all citizens to support this important fundraising activity to help our intellectually disabled children and adults in Vista and all throughout California. And I bet they have Tootsie Rolls, and we'll take some donations from the audience if you so choose to do that. So this is the, and then do I have, did you want to say, who wants to say something? Anybody want to say anything here? This is your proclamation. Yes, I do.
Public
I knew
speaker.
you wanted to say something. Okay.
Well, okay.
Somebody did.
The Knights of Columbus of St. Francis Church would like to thank the Vista City Council for this proclamation. I would also like to thank Stater Brothers for allowing us to solicit in front of their store that weekend. Thank you.
For that, we're ready to buy some Tootsie Rolls. Everybody ready to buy Tootsie Rolls?
All right. Great, thank you.
There's some money up behind you, too.
There you go. You on? Thank you.
Why am I sitting? What do you want to do? We have one more proclamation here. Okay. Okay, while they're finishing that, our second proclamation, our presentation is a proclamation declaring October 23rd to 31st, 2018 to be Red Ribbon Week in the City of Vista. I'd like to invite Adjutant Marie Smith, Luke Smith, Lee J., and any of the other North County or North San Diego Young Marines that are here this evening to join me at the podium to accept this proclamation. I'm going to turn this inside out so you can have the... part of it for you. Okay, there you go. Okay, now I'm going to read the proclamation for them. So, whereas October 23rd through 31st, 2018 has been designated National Red Ribbon Week, which encourages Americans to wear a red ribbon to show their support for a drug-free environment. Whereas the Red Ribbon Campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to encourage a drug-free lifestyle and encourage Americans to get involved in drug prevention and reduction efforts. Whereas the red ribbon has been chosen as a symbol commemorating the work of Enrique Kiki Camarena, a Drug Enforcement Administration agent who was murdered in the line of duty and represents a belief that one person can make a difference. Whereas communities across America have been plagued by the numerous problems associated with illicit drug use, including significant costs to cities for additional law enforcement related to drug abuse and drug trafficking. And whereas the hope lies with organizations which focus on education and drug demand reduction, such as the Young Marines of the Marine Corps League, which works to foster a healthy, drug-free lifestyle. Whereas citizen support is one of the most effective tools in the support to reduce illicit drug use in our communities. So now, therefore, the mayor and members of the Vista City Council do hereby proclaim the week of October 23rd through 31st, 2018 as Red Ribbon Week in the City of Vista and urge all citizens to join this special observance. So congratulations to them, and thank you for doing that. A picture? Oh, okay. Do you want to speak? Do you want to speak? Do you want to say something? You do? Okay.
On behalf of the North San Diego Young Marines, we thank the City of Vista for their continued support.
I'd also like to thank the Young Marines for putting the flags in. On Flag Day and 4th of July, they put the flags down Main Street, and it always looks really nice when I see that. It's just a special patriotic feeling I get, and so I appreciate them doing that. Thank you, guys. Okay, that takes us to our consent calendar. The recommendations on the following consent calendar will be enacted in one motion unless an item is removed from the calendar. Any member of the public may remove an item by submitting a request to speak card to the clerk's secretary. Items removed from the consent calendar will be considered immediately following adoption of the calendar. With C11 removed from the calendar, we now have 11 consent items this evening, and I'd like to remove item C3. So I have another request here for item C4. And are there any other requests from the council?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'd like to pull C9, please.
C9. Okay, so with that, any other ones? So I don't have any other requests, so I entertain a motion for the balance of the consent calendar. I have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second from Council Deputy Mayor. Please cast your votes on the remainder. Okay, that passes unanimously. So the first one that I pulled C3, which is the appointments to fill unscheduled vacancies and amendment to the VMC Section 2.76. And so I don't need a staff report. I just want to recognize the individuals that are recommended for appointment that are in the audience tonight. So on the Planning Commission is Charles Grimm. Is Charles here? Where is he? Back there? Back in the back? Charles? Stand up, Charles. Come on. Okay, Charles Grimm. Thank you. And then the Mobile Home Park Review Board, Mary Lou Clift. Lou's here. Lisa De Jesus is here. And Ruth Lynn Adams. Is she here? Yes, there you are. Thank you. And the CVBID Advisory Board is Hans Haas here and Sarah Spinks. Neither one of them. I don't see them. So anyway, so I move that we approve item C3. That's all. I just wanted to recognize those people that were here. Okay, we have a motion? Okay, so I'll make the motion. Okay, I'll make the motion. Do I have a second? Okay, please cast your votes on C3. Okay, that motion passes unanimously. The next thing we're going to have is item C4. C4 is an always stop on Main Street and South Indiana Avenue. And so do you want to have a report? Julie Lowen pulled it. Then you want to have a report then, and then we'll have the speakers.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Sam Hassanen, our traffic engineer, is responsible for this project, so he'll be providing the report.
Good evening. So this is an always stop at Main Street and Indiana Avenue. So we had a request to evaluate the intersection for the installation of an always stop, and we conducted the evaluation. We considered factors such as traffic volumes, pedestrians, accident history, and other conditions. And based on the evaluation and the high pedestrian activity, the evaluation determined that the intersection meets the standards for an always stop. One of the things that we would do if the always stop is approved is to install crosswalks, marked crosswalks at the intersection. That's as shown in this exhibit here. So the new stop signs would be on Main Street, where we currently have a stop sign on Indiana, as well as we would be doing marked crosswalks and a curb ramp on one of the corners where it does not exist. So the recommendation is to establish an always stop at the intersection of Main Street and South Indiana Avenue. Thank you.
Okay. That's it. Anybody have any questions from the council? Seeing none, I'll call the speaker. Julie Lowen.
So I rise in support of the always stop, but the reason I wanted to speak to you is because I believe that there needs to be more work done in the downtown, and I want to make sure that the council is very aware of kind of what's happening down there. I've had my offices down there for 4 or 5 years, and we've seen a variety of things happen in the downtown area. Some of them amazing, and some of them, oh my God. So Dave and I will finally, oh thank God, be closing escrow on the First National Bank building this week. Knock on wood every single time. So we're super excited about that. We're going to be investing quite a bit of money to turn that facility into an amazing attraction for the city of Vista. But as a part of that, I think that there needs to be some coordination with the council, with the city of Vista, and kind of with the organizations that are in the downtown area to better focus the resources in the downtown area on things that matter. There's significant trash. There's landscaping that we need to pay attention to. I know that we've got a gazebo project working. There's a lot of different factions, security, parking. And I think that more than just having different organizations focusing on smaller pieces of that, I think we need a more comprehensive approach. And some of the business leaders and property owners downtown have been meeting and thinking about this and saying, what could we do and what needs to happen? And kind of the consensus is I think we need leadership from the city of Vista, that the council needs to start kind of reorganizing what's happening down there and take a more comprehensive approach so that once we get the 5 stories of beautiful apartments and the retail, once our building starts coming around and we finish the remodeling there, that not only are those 2 projects happening, but we are paying attention to the trash and the trees, maybe changing out some of the trees that are shedding so much debris into the street, taking a look at people that are hanging out downtown. And it's not that we don't want people downtown, all of them are welcome, but maybe making it a more productive area for people to hang out so that it's got a little bit more safety. So just wanted to talk to you about that. Definitely support the crosswalks, but would love to see them happen in conjunction with an overall plan. We did fly the downtown, so we have aerial topography that we're willing to share with the city of Vista so that you can see all the parking spaces and kind of the little areas people hide. And then maybe as a team, we can start working to make sure that this is a productive area for the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that, that's our only speaker. Dave, you didn't want, okay. Okay, Deputy Mayor.
Yes, I want to thank the Lowens for being here and supporting the item. I've spoken to them, and I like some of your ideas that we discussed, and I really appreciate the efforts that you're putting into the downtown, and look forward to hearing more and finding a way that City Council can work with the downtown and make it even more productive and vibrant than it is right now. So thank you. With that, I'll make a motion to accept for 3-way stop.
Do I have a second? Second. Okay. Motion passes. Please cast your votes. That motion passes unanimously. What? Okay. Okay, the next one is item that was pulled is C9, which is CIP number 82 Bub Williamson Park Upgrades Project Park Design Services Agreement. Would you like a report?
I don't think we need a report. Are there any speakers on this? No?
There are no speakers on it.
Okay. I don't think we need a report, though, but I appreciate Ms. Zimmerman and Mr. Winnie coming down. I just wanted to say thank you to the community for all...
Amanda, is your mic on?
It is on, yes. Oh, is it just it's falling down the hole here? All right. So I wanted to say thank you to the community for all of the hard work and to staff. We've come together after several meetings in the community, several meetings here at City Council to work on the park and the future of this park. And I wanted to say I'm very excited that we're here tonight because tonight is to vote on and approve the design and engineering firm of ASRLA. And so that's going to be exciting to get that process done. And we will have an opportunity. I've had some people ask me if there's going to be any more opportunity to speak to the park. In a couple of months, once we have our conceptual design that we voted on already, we're going to be talking with this design build firm. In a couple of months, it will come back to the Parks and Recreation Commission and then back to the City Council. That's when we can talk about some details and some environmental details that will be happening with the park as well. So I just wanted to let people know that this is part of the process. This isn't the end of the process. So there still will be an open line of communication with the community, but I wanted to say thank you to everybody for almost a year and a half's worth of work on this park. And I am very excited to be at this point of the park design process. So with that, I would like to move that we approve the contract with ASRLA Inc. for the design and engineering services for Bub Williamson Park. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
I'll second.
Oh. Okay, I have 2 seconds. Just need 1. Okay, please cast your votes. That motion passes unanimously. Okay, the next thing on our agenda, we have 1 public hearing this evening. Public hearing number 1 is certification of availability of nonprofit service provider to provide transportation services for the City of Vista senior residents. And the public hearing is to seek testimony to determine whether is a local nonprofit service provider that is readily available to provide services in lieu of the Out and About senior transportation program. So the public hearing is now open, and our senior center program manager, Donna Meester, will provide the staff report. And she's joined by management analyst Imelda Huerta.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. The Federal Transit Administration has made available funds through SANDAG pass-through funds for the transportation services for seniors. Staff would like to apply for these funds. As part of the application process, we are required to certify that there are no other agencies available to provide these same like services. We did send out to 30 agencies throughout San Diego County, either fax or via email, notification of this public hearing. We also provided press on this public hearing, and then opening this public hearing. If there's no one available this evening stating that they can provide these services, this would satisfy the requirement to certify.
Do you have any questions? Anybody have questions on the report? Is that Councilmember Rigby?
Are there any speakers?
There are no speakers.
And we didn't hear from any other agencies at all. So thank you for doing this. I appreciate it very much. And I would like to go ahead and move that we close the public hearing and accept staff's recommendation on this item.
I'll second that. Okay, seeing no more, please cast your votes. That motion passes unanimously. Okay, with that, we have no speakers? Wait, we have public speakers here, so we'll go to our public speakers. We have one public speaker, Chris Megason. Is Chris?
In my 27 years, I don't think I've ever seen a council meeting go this fast. So this is quite.
No kidding. It's quick, isn't it?
Good evening, members of the City Council. My name is Chris Megason. I'm the founder and CEO of Solutions for Change, as you know. As many of you know, we've been engaged in North County to solve family homelessness now for almost 2 decades. I'm here today not to ask you for anything, but to thank the council for its leadership on this tough issue, the homeless issue. In particular, there have been 3 council members who have been longtime and significant supporters of our efforts to lift families and children out of homelessness. In 2010, we embarked on a bold series of regional initiatives designed to create more access to the permanent solutions that families in deep poverty would need in order to exit dependency and get the education and employment needed to thrive and succeed. Since then, Mayor Judy Ritter and council members John Aguilera and John Franklin have consistently provided strong leadership, showing Vista and the entire region that they were willing to take on these tougher challenges and help the most vulnerable among us. Because of their leadership, other city elected leaders took note, and as a result, Solutions was able to expand our housing with our drug-free transformational model into every 78 corridor city: Escondido, San Marcos, Oceanside, Carlsbad, and of course here in Vista, thereby quadrupling the number of families and kids that we can lift out of homelessness, which now stands at 200 families. That's 600 once homeless kids and their parents who were stuck in the churn of despair and dependency who are now on the comeback trail. Earlier today, in fact, just now I dropped this off to the city manager, we recognize these champions, the 3 that I just mentioned, with certificates of appreciation for their support of permanent solutions to homelessness and the promise of building capacity to end dependency. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, with that, we have no other speakers, so we will I'll go to comments. Councilmember Green?
Just want to thank everyone for staying for this lengthy council meeting. It's great when school's back in session to see all the kids out here getting that extra credit. Good job, I like it. Today is my son, Joey Green's 12th birthday, so if he watches this online, happy birthday, Joey. That's it. Thank you.
Councilmember Franklin?
Happy birthday to Joey as well. I don't have any other remarks. But before, I would just like to thank Chris Megason for being here and say how much I support everything that he's doing and the good work of all of our organizations in Vista that are working to solve homelessness.
Right, I agree. Councilmember Rigby? Deputy Mayor Aguilera.
I'll get on the happy birthday train as well for Joey, but I also would like to recognize my son who turned 18 today as well.
Oh, they have birthdays the same day.
Yeah. Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Yeah. I don't think he's watching. He's
Happy
away in
birthday,
college.
Benjamin. Happy birthday, Benjamin.
Sure not.
Not sure what he's doing. He's studying. But, yeah.
Sure, found something else to do today.
One comment, Mayor, if I may. It's regarding October 20th in the Fall Fun Festival for the Alta Vista Gardens. So come on out. It's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's fun. It's free. For the little ones, there's scarecrow building contests, I believe, and there's a lot of activities, a lot of music, sales, crafts. Come on out. If you've never been to the Alta Vista Gardens, it's a beautiful place. It's up on top of Bringle Terrace, and a lot of people don't know about it. There's tons of greenery up there. There's a creek that runs, waterfall, and like I said, if you haven't been there, it's a little hidden jewel.
Yeah.
So come on out and support the gardens and learn something.
Yeah. And there are lots of art pieces up there, and the kids have a great time with the scarecrows. If you've never done that, they have stuff that they can build scarecrows from, and then they have a contest to see. They bring jeans and they bring shirts, and then they stuff them and make these scarecrows. So if you haven't come up and watch, actually they post them along the fence. So if you don't get there on that day, come and check them out. They're
I
pretty
think,
cool.
Mary, you're going to be judging.
I'm going to judge the scarecrows. Yeah,
Cool.
That's an easy job. Okay, so I have a couple announcements. October's National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Vista Fire Department's firefighters are wearing special pink T-shirts this month to help raise awareness and bring attention to this important subject. Awareness, screening, early detection, and treatment are keys to defeating this disease. Early detection information is online at nationalbreastcancer.org. And also, the city is hosting Trick or Treat an event on Wednesday, October 31st from 4 to 6 right here in our parking lot. The free kid-friendly event will have treats, kids' crafts, and fire engines and squad cars on display. And more information is online at cityofvista.com/trick-or-treat. And that's kind of a fun day for the little kids to trick or treat, or the big ones. So come on over. And City Manager, you probably have some things to say.
Just a couple. The one is this is National Fire Prevention Week, and so the Vista Fire Department is hosting on Saturday at Station 5, which is at 2009 South Melrose, between the hours of 1 and 4 p.m. And you can come on by and meet the firefighters, take tours of the stations, sit and take pictures on the engines or the ambulances, and have a good time at the fire department. And then the city is recruiting volunteers. We have our annual Vista Cares Business Walk in the business park, and so that'll be on October 18th from 8 to 1 p.m., 8 in the morning from 1 p.m. And we are looking for volunteers that would like to spend some time and survey different businesses and get to know different businesses in the business park. And then lastly, this is likely our last meeting before the election. So just wanted to make sure you knew that October 23rd's meeting is likely going to be canceled.
Okay. And so our attorney have anything to say?
Assuming that meeting is canceled, happy Halloween, everybody.
Okay. How about City Manager, Assistant City Manager, either of you? I mean, not City Managers, City Clerks. I gave you a promotion, didn't I? Okay. So we're going to adjourn tonight's meeting in honor of the memory of Dan Ray, who recently passed away. Dan was president and CEO of Vista-based Biofilm, Inc., and active in the Vista Economic Development Association, longtime supporter of the 4th of July celebration, and he always wanted his tank to be there. So he was a great guy, and it was so quick and so shocking. So we're going to adjourn tonight in his honor and memory. So with that, we're adjourned.